And we're live. Welcome to the Crippled J Show. I'm running solo tonight, and I've got this new contraption so y'all can see me. Um, I'm not sure if the angle's right, but I'm just gonna run with it. Um, you might hear my chair like tilt and everything, but we'll get through it. Um, yeah. Last night's short bus podcast was like great, and one of the one of the topics we covered, um, me and Travis covered, was that disabilities like aren't a crutch, and they're not, and so and and so I thought that would be a good jumping off point because um there's one story that I haven't told like anybody except for a few people, but and since this channel is all about truth, and since it's all about like being real, I'm gonna be straight up. And well, I'm gonna let you in on a little thing that happened to me when I was younger. Uh, before I I got all like fucked up. I mean, this was still when I was in the band and was able to move my upper body better than I can now. But this is a just a regular like story that it could happen to anybody. That it's not just a handicap thing, but it is personal. And well, I'm not gonna get too detailed because and nobody really needs that. But well, let's just say, oh, well, one of the nights, me and my band were playing. We were opening up for a huge local band who just happened to get signed for Ozfest that year. So it was a big thing. This was around, I don't know, it was like April of 2005. So it was like way back. And it was a Saturday. I think it was the 15th of August of 2005. I'm pretty sure. Now, we did our thing, and we played like our set, the 5 song set, so the bigger band could have a bigger time slot and everything. That's how it usually goes. And so after we get done, I stay on stage and I introduce the band because me and the lead singer were like friends from the get go. Like he was a little bit older, like they were all in their like mid 20s at this point, and but we hit it off really good. So I'm introducing the band and everything. Rah, the crowd goes crazy. So the show goes great. It's awesome, and the girl I was with, um, we decided to like go get some dinner, and there was a Wendy's like right across the street. And so after the show and everything, I get a call like saying that my ride's gonna be late. Cool. So so like we go to get something to eat and everything, and so we tell the um we tell the manager lady that hey, like I need to use the bathroom, and cause I have like I pissed into a bag, and it was full because like I was drinking sodas and shit all night. But so the manager was like, yeah, go on, cause she was the only one that's with me. There was no and she was making sure that like nobody was in the bathroom. So like we get into the bathroom, and so like the manager and all like it gives them some space, and she just leaves. So we're in the handicap stall, and well, it was all a ruse just to you know to get a little busy. I mean, to cap off the night. And I mean, this isn't me boasting, but like shit happens, and we have a great time. Like for about 7 minutes, because 7 minutes into it, like the manager busts into the door, like what's going on and all this. We're like, oh shit! So like she gets off like of me and everything, and we're hurrying up to get out, and we're like, let's get the fuck out of here. So I put my chair all the way on full. She like hops on the back, and we just haul ass. And our food is like waiting on the counter, so she grabs the food off the counter, and we haul ass out of there. And so yeah, that you know nothing big there. Like, but so time goes on. A few months later, I find out that she's pregnant, and I freak out. I'm happy. You know, I'm scared. I'm like, the usual shit. And but I only talked to my buddy Keith at first, who he was like working at Walmart at the time. He was like way older. Well, he was probably about 24 at the time, but he was going through a similar situation because he just had a kid. So I was like, let me give him a call. So I'm like telling him what happened and shit because I just found out because she like somebody had emailed me and I was like, holy shit. And of course, the question going through my mind is it really mine? Of course it is, right? I mean, let's be real. But so he's like, don't worry, it'll be cool. Everything's fine. And so I'm like, all right. So uh, so it's like I don't know, 3 months into the pregnancy or whatever. It's all right. And like I at this point I have to tell somebody in my family. So I tell mom. And so she was like, all right, we'll deal with it. Because I'm freaking out because, like, at this point, I mean, I'm handicapped. I I don't have a job and stuff like that. Like, I was just a kid, and but so, but I was reassured that everything would be all right. That I'd I'd make a good parent, and all this stuff, and so, but the thing that makes it like it's gonna get bad like here in a second. Um, and I just had to tell you that part just so you know just so things run smoothly for the rest of the story. Well, so a couple months goes by. I get a call, and she, she ODs. And I mean, because I always knew that, like she did like cocaine and stuff like that, and weed, and we all drink. But like I never really touched this stuff at all. I mean, I didn't, and I had a rule because well, not all my friends back then, but a, a bunch of my friends at that time did a lot of that stuff. And I had one rule: you could do whatever you want, but just don't do it around me. Drinking and stuff, that's fine. Weed was fine, but like none of the hard shit. So, but I had known that she was doing like cocaine and stuff before she was pregnant. I had no idea at this point that she got on heroin. Well, she OD'd and she like fell and like basically she lost the kid. And so and I knew for a fact that it was mine because like we talked about it. It was mine. The dates lined up right and everything. And so like yeah, because like it just and it really messed her up like physically and well emotionally with the OD. But like when she lost the like kid, which like I'm pretty sure it was a boy. It might have been too early, but but maybe I was just hoping it was a boy. But I was like, once that happened, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, and I was really in a dark place at that point. So I was uh like once I turned 18 and stuff, my next door neighbor. Hold on, I don't think I'm in frame right. Hold on. So hold that thought. Um, okay, so my next door neighbor just moved in like right after my like 18th birthday and stuff, and he seemed like a really cool cat, and so I started partying over at his house, you know, um, like drinking and everything, and just the fact that like I like lost a lost a kid, and then the fact that she like OD'd, and she was never like the right ever. She was never right since then yet, and but because I was at the top of like I was so excited because at first I was like super scared, like I said, but I was super excited, and then this happened, and then it just does something to you, and so I went and I started like partying like over at his house left and right. Half the time, like I was basically living over there, just constantly day in day, like I never like stayed over or whatever, but it was because like he was older, so like he was able to get all the stuff that I thought I needed, which looking back I didn't need, but it was something to like kill the pain, and I did it with booze, and and I'd party and I'd do all this stuff, and it wasn't right, but it's it's still hard to think to think about sometimes because well, my my kid, if he was born when he was supposed to be born, hell, like he would just be getting into high school now, and that's a trippy thing, and so yeah, it's cool now. But like for a complete year, I was like a fucking Rick, and but yeah, but so that's um just an example of a handicapped person dealing with something that just a regular person would deal with, and I'm sure people like have dealt with similar situations, and if you're going through that now, trust me, it gets better. I mean, but well, I really haven't told a lot of people, and I figured, well, since we talked about what we talked about on the on the Short Buzz podcast, and everything is real, and I that's why I wanted to make this a little bit more like by myself, because maybe it would help somebody. I don't know, but I just thought, it's the truth, and like yeah, it happens. So, but yeah, so that was an example of a real life um event that could happen to anybody. Well, it happened to a handicapped person, and life goes on. And but yeah, um, yeah, it was pretty rough for a while, but like, cause yeah, the the only time like it really bothers me anymore is when I just think about the month that she lost the kid, or or we lost a kid, and like just at certain times, um, shit happens, and unfortunately, it was crazy because we had like names picked out and everything, and his name was gonna be Damien Jose. I don't know why. I think it's because I've always been like fascinated with like demonic shit. I mean, not that I'm a Satanist or whatever, but I just like the name like Dame, like Damien. Like the kid from the Omen, that kind of thing. And it's fitting, especially for me, right? But 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 yeah, I thought it was important to get that out there. And well, um, yeah, I'm gonna sign off now. And but I will end on this. Like like handicapped people have the same struggles as regular people. I mean, we're all regular people, but like able-bodied. Um, you know, we all have the same struggles, and like we're all. It's all one big uh thing. Just because somebody is like different than somebody else, we could have the same problems, even if it doesn't seem like it. And yeah, and I I know that the girl that the mother is alive and she's doing well, but her memory is shot. And I'm not sure if it was an emotional thing, but like, because she says she forgot a lot. So I mean, and I get it too, but so yeah, so, yeah, like a one night of partying could turn into like big clusterfuck. But hey, like if it happens, and if you're lucky enough to have a kid, just do the responsible thing and be there for your kid. Cause I wish I had that opportunity. Yeah. Okay. I'm signing off now. Peace out.